I I wrote an article on the differences between service animals, emotional support animals, therapy animals, and pets, which was published in the most recent issue of Breath and Shadow, which is a magazine you can find online that is only publishes writers who are disabled. Now, the poetry and fiction can be on any subject, although it's usually about disability, but not always. They published a kind of surrealistic short fictional work I did called The Man of the Ice about figure skating that wasn't about disability. But any nonfiction piece has to relate to disability, as my article, What Is That? does. Okay, one thing that the article does emphasize is there is a real difference between a service animal and not only a pet, but an emotional support animal or a therapy animal. You know, a service animal is a working animal. And that's why it has certain special privileges, for example, to get on a plane that an emotional support animal does not have. People were really abusing the system with emotional support animals. And, they were basically calling anything and everything an emotional support animal to get on a plane with it. So, most airlines were allowed to tighten things up, and they basically limited. The only animals that they were allowed on were the service animals. And service animals, as I go into in the article, they are dogs and occasionally miniature horses that are trained to do specific tasks that assist a disabled person. And that's a really important distinction. It distinguishes them from pets and from other animals. I mean, you can train a pet to do all kinds of things, but a service animal is trained to do, specific things that help disabled people, get through their lives. And so it has a very, specific functions as far as helping handicapped people that does make it different from other animals, not just pets, but even emotional support animals and therapy animals. Okay, maybe you'll be motivated to look up Breath and Shadow and read my article. What is that? About the differences between service animals, emotional support animals, therapy animals, and pets by Denise Snow.